Hello everyone, today I'll be showing you how to create a Minecraft server for 1.18.1. This will work on the newer versions of Minecraft as well as the older ones. So let's get right into it. So the first thing you want to do is open up your Minecraft. Go to installations. Go to your latest release or whatever version you want to make the server for. And hit these three dots. Edit. And you'll see version 1.18.1 or whatever version you're going to use. You'll see server and a little down arrow. You want to click that and it's going to open your browser. You want to hit these three dots and keep, and now it'll be in your downloads folder. So now that you got the server file downloaded, you just want to drag that to your desktop. Now let's make a folder for the Minecraft server. Here's our Minecraft server folder. Let's just drag the .jar file over to the folder. Now that we have our folder created, we're going to want to make sure file name extensions are enabled. To enable them, go to View and make sure file name extensions is checked right here. Now we're going to want to create our batch file. To do this, we're going to make a new text document. So right click, new text document, and we're going to name it start. Now we're going to open it up and set the command and amount of RAM for the server. To do this, we need to type the command Java-Xmx2048M. Now we're going to want to type -Xms2048M. Now the difference between Xmx and Xms is Xmx is the max amount of RAM and Xms is the minimum amount of RAM. And we're putting 2 gigabytes of RAM into the server. That's actually the recommended amount of RAM for a Minecraft server. Now we're going to want to put -jar, and then you're going to want to put the name of the jar file that we downloaded. So server.jar, and this is all that's required to run a server, but we're going to add a couple things. Also, before we go ahead with the next step, I would like to mention that in the description there'll be a RAM chart or a memory chart like this. This shows everything you need to know. There are conversions from gigabyte to megabyte, so you can easily pick and choose how much RAM you would like to add to your server. And all you gotta do is copy this and paste it right here. But we're actually just gonna go with the 2 gigabytes because that's the recommended amount for a server. Alright guys, so now we can move on to the next two steps. First we will add nogui to the command. What this does is basically it starts the server without the GUI, and the GUI is a graphical user interface that uses more resources that aren't really needed. So now we can click enter and we'll add pause down here, and what this will do is it'll keep the server window open so that when a problem occurs you can actually read it. So this kind of helps diagnose any issues with the server, and without it, the server window will instantly close. I'll put this command in the description so that you guys can just copy and paste the command into the text file, and it makes it easier for you guys. So now let's save the file. We're going to close out of it. And now we're going to do the last step to create the batch file. Before we do that, please make sure the file name extensions are shown. So up here in View and file name extensions, that has to be checkmarked or this will not work. We need to turn the text file into a batch file. So to do that, we're going to want to rename it, and we're going to want to take out the .txt and put .bat. And right here it's going to ask if you want to change it, and you just click yes, and you'll see the icon change up here, and that's how you know you did it right. Now that our batch file is done, we can start the server. But remember that pause command that I told you about earlier? This is why it's so useful. This error is telling me that Java is outdated or non-existent. So here we need to download the correct version of Java. So here we're just going to hit enter. And in the description of the video, we're going to have some links there. You're going to want to click the Java link, and we're going to want to download that. So once you go to the site, you're going to want to click Windows or whatever operating system that you use. And we're going to want to download the installer. And now that's in our downloads folder. Next. So now that the install is completed, we can check and make sure. So we can go down to the search bar and type cmd. And here you just want to type java-version. And this will tell you what version of Java you have and if it's the right build or not. As you can see, Java version 17.0.1, and that is the version that we need for 1.18.1. So from here we can close out of our downloads and minimize that. And now we can start our server. And now, as you can see down here, it's saying it's failed to load EULA. So you need to agree to EULA in order to run the server. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna close out of that, go to the EULA, and right here you want to set this to true and save. And now when we run the server, as you can see, it's loading everything properly. And if this comes up, you just want to allow access. Now that your server is completely loaded in, I'll teach you two commands, and one is showing how to save the server and one is for closing the server. So for saving the server, you want to type save-all, and that saves everything in the world that just happened. So like if somebody were to have stuff in their inventory and if you just exited the server, none of that stuff would save and there's a chance of losing data. And here is for stopping the server, so it's literally just stop and enter, and that will stop your server. Now that you have your server created, I'm going to show you how to join it. Now this will only work for yourself, and I'll teach you how to allow friends or other people to join you later. But for right now, this is how to join your own server. So you're going to want to start up your server, and then you're going to want to load up the Minecraft launcher. Hit play. And make sure the version on Minecraft matches the server version, or it's not going to allow you to join. Okay, now that you're loaded in, you want to go to multiplayer. We're just going to want to add the server, and you can name it whatever you like. And the server address for you and anybody using your Wi-Fi, it'll be localhost. Hit done. And now we can load into the server. Now I'm going to show you guys how to make yourself an operator on your server. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to your server control panel and type OP and then your player name. And here, as you can see, it made myself an operator. So now you may be wondering, how do I get players on my Minecraft server? This is where you need to port forward, and the first thing you got to do is go into your server file, go to server properties, and the port is right here. You're going to want to copy and keep that copied for later. And now we're going to want to allow the port forwarding through the firewall. So go down here and type firewall. Here you want to go to advanced settings, inbound rules, new rule, port, next, TCP, and then paste the 25565 port you put in, next, allow the connection, next, and have all three of these checked off, next, and then just give it a name. So I'll name it Minecraft server, and we're gonna want to do the exact same thing, but with UDP this time. And then we're going to name it Minecraft server. And now we're going to do the exact same thing for outbound rules. Make sure to allow the connection right here. And again. So now to start port forwarding, you're going to want to go down here to your search and type CMD, then type ipconfig, and you're going to want to go up and find which way you're connected. It'll either be wireless or Ethernet cable. I'm connected through Ethernet, and you're going to find your IP4 address and your default gateway right here. You're going to want to copy both of those, and then you're going to want to go to your web browser, and you're going to want to paste your default gateway in there. Now that you've entered your default gateway, you're going to get a login screen like this, and you're just going to want to log into your router. Now if you don't know your router login, the link below, router passwords, will help you. This basically will give you all the default logins for your type of router. Now sometimes you may have to contact your internet provider for the information on this. It may be a little bit hard to get, but once you get it, just log in. And once you're logged in, you're going to want to go to your firewall and go to port forwarding. Now, it might not be exactly like this, guys. You might have to look a little bit to try to find your port forwarding, but this is how it is for me. So now you're just going to want to copy your IP4 address and put it in where it says IP address. And the port is 25565 for both. For the protocol, you're going to want to click TCP/UDP if you have it. If not, you'll just do them individually like I am. Now that you got all your port forwarding done, you can go ahead and give your friends your IP, and it should work. You're going to want to look on Google and type "what is my IP," and this will give you your public IP address. Just keep in mind that this is not safe to give people. You're only going to want to give it to friends, and trusted friends at that, because people can get information from you from this IP address. They can DDoS you. It is not fun, so just give this to trusted people only. And yeah, guys, that's all that's to it. Once you give people that IP address, they should be able to add a Minecraft server and be able to connect to your server. A lot of ISPs will now allow you to connect to the server if you're already on this Wi-Fi. So you're going to want to just use localhost or your IP4 address. Either one of those will work for you, but this is the public IP address that you just want to give to your friends. So yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace. Peace.